안녕하세요. 밴쿠버 인사이트입니다. 캐나다 연방총선이 다가오면서 컨서버티브 보수당 대표 피에르 포일리에브와 리버럴 자유당 대표 마크 칸이 이 두 당 대표의 핵심 차이점을 간결하게 전달해 드리겠습니다. 이 두 인물은 각기 다른 비전과 정책으로 캐나다의 미래를 놓고 뜨거운 논쟁을 벌이고 있습니다. 먼저 마크 카니는 경제 전문가로서 안정적인 접근을 강조합니다. 하지만 그의 주택 정책은 현 정부와 유사해 비효율적인 주택 관리로 비용 증가 논란을 낳았습니다. 또한 진보적 치안 정책을 지지하며 도시 안전 문제에 대한 우려를 불러일으키고 있습니다. 반면 피에르 포일리에브는 지난 10년간의 자유당 정책을 강하게 비판합니다. 그는 세금 인하, 신규 주택 건설, 강력한 치안 정책을 통해 경제 활성화와 안전한 사회를 약속합니다. 그의 목표는 과감한 변화를 통해 국민의 삶을 개선하는 것입니다. 이번 총선에서 피에르 포일리에브와 마크 카니는 캐나다의 미래를 놓고 전혀 다른 길을 제시합니다. 여러분이 기억해야 할 것은 그들의 정책이 우리 경제, 안전, 그리고 일상에 어떤 영향을 미칠지입니다. 한 기자가 보수당 대표 피에르 포일리에브에게 던진 날카로운 질문은 피에르 포일리에브와 마크 칸이 두 사람은 무엇이 다릅니까? 였습니다. 캐나다의 미래를 결정할 중요한 순간 이 대답이 도움이 될 수 있기 바랍니다. 지금부터 피에르 포일리에브의 간결한 답변을 직접 들어보겠습니다.
Him talk about responding to tariffs, I hear you talk about responding to tariffs, about making sure the Canadian economy is resilient. Outside of Bill C-69, which you made clear yesterday you would not repeal, you made clear you would. Outside of that, how are voters supposed to look at both of you and say, okay, how are they different? Who has the best plan? Because often things are sounding similar based on how each of you are speaking. So what's the difference?
Well, sincerity. For one, Mr. Carney opposed all of these policies for 10 years as part of the Liberal government. I mean, look, he advised Trudeau to print money and run up huge deficits that drove inflation. He opposes pipelines and energy production here in Canada. His policy on housing is the same as Trudeau's, building up monstrous bureaucracies in Ottawa. His latest is a $35 billion government construction company, which is going to build prefab tiny homes with no driveways. What could possibly go wrong? And building up housing bureaucracies in Ottawa has doubled housing costs during the lost Liberal decade. And giving Justin Trudeau and Mark Carney a fourth term will only make it worse. Then there's crime. Mark Carney supports the entire radical catch and release, hug-a-thug criminal justice policy that has turned our streets into war zones in many of our big cities. He supports the distribution of tax-funded drugs. And he continues to stand by the entire Liberal agenda of the last decade. If you want to know what the Liberals will do with a fourth term, look what they did with the last 10 years. If you want to know what I'll do, look what I've been saying for the last 10 years. It hasn't changed. I have said exactly the same thing for the last 10 years. And it turns out that the things we must do to counter Donald Trump are all the things I said we should be doing before he even threatened the tariffs. We need to repeal the No New Pipelines Law, C-69. We need to cut taxes on workers. We need to allow tax-free reinvestment of capital gains in Canada. We need to take taxes off new homes so that we can employ our trades workers in a field that doesn't require the Americans, that is to say, building homes on our own soil. We need to secure our streets and lock up the criminals to bring home safety. In essence, what we need after a lost Liberal decade is not a fourth term. What we need is a new government that will put Canada first for a change.